Hey, what is up guys? You're watching the Pokemon TCG, and in today's video guys, what I got for you, we're going to be taking a look at Chien Pao with its brand new partner, Iron Hands. So this deck has way too much hype going around it for me not to cover, and this should be one of the first videos posted after I'm out for surgery. So this deck was just way too hyped up for me not to try to cover it, so hope you guys do enjoy the list. And we're going to start off, of course, with 3 Chien Pao. Its ability allows you to search for 2 water energy and put them in your hand when it's in the active position. This is a good way for you to thin your deck out. Obviously get energy for Baxcalibur's ability, get energy for Radiant Greninja's ability. Just all around, it's a really solid ability. Next up, we are running a 303 line of Baxcalibur. So Baxcalibur is pretty much going to allow you to bypass the 1 attachment per turn rule when it comes to your water energy, so you're able to load up your Pokemon with a ton of water energy, and that'll be basically how you just kind of get Iron Hands going, so that way it can do a bunch of dumb stuff. So that is the Pokemon line for right there, the generic lineup there. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Iron Hands EX. Of course, this is a Japanese version, but everyone knows what this card does. For 4 energy, 1 electric, and 3 colorless, you do 120, and then whenever you knock out a Pokemon, you take 1 more prize card, is basically what it boils down to. So this card is really good in the early goings, and on top of that, just those weaker Pokemon in general that are kind of swashed around a little bit of everything. Things like Manaphy, we have Jirachi probably going to be throwing into decks. And then Lost Box, you have multiple targets like Comfey, you have Cramorant, you have Sableye. Those 1 prize attackers turn into 2, and if you're able to finish off a Pokemon that might be damaged, that has a rule box, but that's just 1 prize extra on top of that. And the sweet thing about this deck is that you're going to get Iron Hands powered up pretty quickly. The reason why we play 2 is just for consistency reasons. In case 1 gets discarded, 1's prized, you have another one to fall back on. But yeah, it's superior energy retrieval. You just play that down after 1 is knocked out, and you can get another one going pretty much immediately. Or if you just need to get energy in general, a superior energy retrieval grabs 4 energy, and that's exactly what it costs for Iron Hands to attack. So that's just way too perfect. Next up, we have a 1/1 line of Arceus VStar. This will be our VStar power for the game. Starbirth is incredible. It allows you to search your deck for 2 cards and put them in your hand. On top of that, Arceus can just be a decent attacker overall. Trinity Nova with this deck will be doing 200 damage, which is it's pretty good. Then we have a 1/1 line of Bibarel just for some added consistency. That way, whenever you throw down all those energy out of your hand, you're able to refill your hand up to 5 cards. And then we also have Radiant Greninja in here. Pitch a water energy, draw 2, or just pitch an energy in general and draw 2, excuse me. And then we have Lumineon V, so that way we can grab ourselves a supporter. And then we are going to close out the Pokemon with 1 Manaphy to protect our bench. So the general strategy of this deck is very simple. We're using Baxcalibur's ability to load up not only just Iron Hands, but Chien Pao. Chien Pao is still a very formidable attacker in this deck. If need be, we also have access to Arceus. We also have access to Greninja, which can hit 2 things for 90, which is very good. You can lead with a Greninja as an example to soften up some Pokemon, and then come clean up with Iron Hands. It really just depends on how you want to play the matchup and the deck you're facing off against. So the reason why I like this deck is because there's a lot of stuff going on. Chien Pao already had access to a lot of different attackers. Slowly, Palkia V-Star kind of got phased out, and now we have some newer stuff getting put in. And so, yeah, this is just a deck that has so much freaking hype around it, and I'm pretty excited to try it out and just kind of see how it goes. So that is going to do it for the Pokemon line. Get that out of the way here. All right. Now for the supporter lines, won't take too long. We have 4 Irida, however you want to say her name. This card's way too good not to play in here. It allows you to search your deck for a water Pokemon and an item card. So if you have a Frigibax on your bench, you can search out Rare Candy Baxcalibur, and there you go. Your field's pretty much set up. You also have access to your Battle VIP Pass. You have access to Energy Search, a lot of different things. Next up, we have 2 Boss's Orders. I would actually really like to have 3 in here, but 2 for right now seems to be pretty solid. Then we have 1 copy of Iono in case we do need to disrupt and or refresh our hand. Really with the Radiant Greninja, Bibarel, Chien Pao thinning our deck out, we're able to kind of cut corners when it comes to like those consistency supporters like research and such. All right, so that is going to do it for these supporters. Now for the item cards, this is where it gets pretty lengthy. So of course, we are playing for Battle VIP Pass. You have to with one of these kinds of decks because board state and getting your board set up is so key. Then we have 3 Ultra Ball, 2 Nest Ball, and then we have 1 Hisuian Heavy Ball in case we need to grab something out of our deck. So that is going to be kind of our Pokemon searching cards. And then for, of course, the energy, we are going to be playing 4 Superior Energy Retrieval. When you have things like Battle VIP Pass and stuff in here, pitching 2 cards out of your hand is not the biggest end of the world. And that's also where Bibarel comes into play as well, because you can discard 2 cards from your hand, get 4 energy, throw them all down, and then you just draw 2 out of 5. So pretty obvious synergy there. We have 3 rare candy. Like I said, these are searchable with Irida. We have the 1 copy of Energy Search because, of course, we do need a way to get our electric energy. And then we also have Super Rod in case we need to get something back, in case we need to throw some water energies back in there, or if we need to throw Manaphy back in, if Greninja is just amazing, you guys get the gist. 1 Escape Rope, 1 Lost Vacuum, and then we're going to close with 4 Pokestop. Pokestop is in here for that added consistency, which is really nice. So you're going to discard the top 3 cards of your deck, and any item cards you discarded will be added to your hand. So that's going to do it for the item cards. The energy is incredibly straightforward. As soon as I get all these back over here. There we go. All right, so the energy count for this deck is going to be 2 electric energy, and then we have 8 copies of water energy, and then that will do it. With Iron Hands in here, we can kind of cut down on the water energy amount a little bit. But like I said, Chien Pao is still a very formidable attacker that can dish out a lot of damage. And then also on top of that, we do have a couple other Pokemon in here that can attack as well. But all in all, I really like the matchups that this deck has. I feel like Iron Hands is going to help solve a lot of the problems that this deck might have had previously. So the attackers in this deck are going to be Chien Pao, Iron Hands. You of course have Greninja, and then you also have Arceus if need be. And then in some situations, some matchups, Baxcalibur is actually a pretty solid, formidable attacker that you can throw up there and start kind of wailing away with. So that is going to do it for the video, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Let me know if you guys are excited about Iron Hands. If you hate Iron Hands, I know the community is kind of mixed right now, but we'll just have to see how everything kind of plays out in the near future. But hope you all are doing well. Take care, guys. I'll be back before you know it. I do have videos scheduled all the way through November, and hopefully I can get another one before December, or for December, excuse me. We'll just have to see. But yep, that's it, guys. Take care. Love you. This is Pokemon TCG, signing out.
Don't forget to like, follow, and obey.